Here we go. My name's Todd.
This is Gabby.
Welcome back to another episode of Zen Parenting Radio. This is podcast number 764. Why listen to Zen Parenting Radio? Because you'll feel outstanding. And always remember our motto, which is that the best predictor of a child's well-being is, in fact, a parent's self-understanding. On today's show, slang.
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 Full transparency. I just got home from picking up our kid at college. So Kathy came up with this idea and I'm just going to roll with it.
Well, I just decided, okay, so there's a few reasons. Todd and I were watching a few 80s movies last night, just kind of in passing. We were watching parts of Say Anything and we were watching parts of She's Having a Baby. And there's just a lot of language in these movies that kind of are from our generation, right? Things that they say, whatever. And I also, a couple weeks ago, Todd and I did like a quick little discussion about Gen Z slang. So we gave like 3 or 4, maybe more than that, maybe 10 words. I don't even remember.
Quite a few.
But I felt like I wanted to return to that conversation because Todd said something to me. He said, did our generation have that much slang? And I'm like, yes. And so I wanted to talk about both. I wanted to talk about our slang and what that slang was, and also about Gen Z slang so we can actually learn it. Now, when I'm saying learn it, don't use it if it's not natural or normal, but at least you know what your kids are talking about. At least you can read a text a little better.
So you're basically saying parents don't try to be too cool.
Don't try and be too cool, but maybe not be so annoying that you're like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Find
the middle.
It's funny because we just did a reading before we started this. We had to read something for a advertisement for somebody else's show. And that thing that you just read about what Parents Magazine said about us.
Yeah.
The actual quote is people you'd like to be friends with IRL.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the first time I saw that quote a year ago or whatever, someone at Parents Magazine gave us a nice recommendation. And I was like, IRL. Like, I didn't even know what that meant. But it's, Todd, it's what?
In real life?
In real life.
That's right. That's a few that I know.
I know. Well, and that's the thing is like, we can figure it out if we get our brains going.
Mm-hmm. Sweetie,
big brains.
Check out the big brain on Brad. I want to know, sweetie, if you have any interest in either a free Zen Parenting shirt, water bottle, perhaps a book, or maybe some warm fuzzy socks.
Well, I have all the above. I'm actually wearing my warm fuzzy socks right now. I love these Zen Parenting socks. Do you want to see? I'm wearing them so people don't think I'm lying.
Oh, look how dirty your feet are. It's disgusting.
Dirty. Well, actually, I did walk outside because Cameron just got home from college. So I walked outside without any shoes on.
So here's the deal. For a little bit, I don't know how long, but anybody who joins Team Zen, and I want to say thank you to Kate from San Antonio who just rejoined Team Zen.
Yay, Kate.
What is Team Zen? It is, we have this platform called Circle, and it's a membership platform. It's an app with all ZPR stuff, our content, live talks, all in one place. We also have all these micro communities of different ideas, flavors, raising healthy sons, differently wired families,
different needs.
Kathy's exclusive women's group. So it's $25 a month, cancel at any time. If you're interested in Zooming with Kathy and I, asking questions, getting support with an amazing community, just click on the link below and get some free swag. You get to decide what you want. You don't get all of them. Sweet.
Oh,
no, that would be.
I say choose the socks. What would you choose?
The new water bottle. I'm excited about the new water bottle.
New water bottle is good too.
But first, you do this thing called Substack, and you wrote it about something we talked about last week, and another thing that we're going to be talking about next week.
So basically what Todd's saying is I put out a Zen Parenting Moment every Friday. It happens to be on the Substack platform because I switched over from MailChimp to Substack. So last week I wrote my Zen Parenting Moment about the conversation that Todd and I had on the show last week, which is about man or bear, which, it's all over if you're on social media, you may have seen a lot of conversation about it. It's been around for a couple of weeks. We were kind of late to the discussion because I didn't know if I wanted to discuss it at all, because
when in doubt, discuss.
Yeah. Like I posted a few clips from our show this week and right away we got like people commenting negative things. I'm like, people, like, listen to the show, like it's not simple. These are not simple answers.
Can you, in a nutshell, say what man or bear is? Because not everybody listened to last week.
All it means is that there was a question posed on TikTok where someone went up to women on the street and said, if you were going into the woods alone, would you rather run into a man or a bear? And a lot of women, majority of women, said bear. This was, for other women, understandable why they said it. When I say understandable, I'm not saying all women agreed. I'm just saying that people are like, yeah, I get it, because women have been hurt by men in the course of their lives in many different ways. And that's just part of being a woman. Do you know what I mean? Like what I wrote about last week is, here's all the things, I actually didn't send you this part, but here's all the things that I do to keep myself safe.
Yeah.
And I don't think people, and Todd knows some of them, but Todd was telling me that he was telling another person that he worked with about all the things I do to keep myself safe. And this other guy was like, really?
Completely oblivious.
Yeah. He's like, why?
Yeah.
And I think it comes off as paranoia because you don't understand our experiences. So anyway, I don't need to go. We talked about this all last week, but it just so happens that I wrote my Zen parenting moment about it. And Todd and I are we're hosting a discussion about this for people who want to talk about it more, or talk about how to talk about difficult things, or how to discuss things when it comes to women's experiences, how to listen. Like, we don't have to just focus on man bear. It's really about how to have the conversations. It's on May 20th at 7 p.m. And it's actually through the Men Living platform. It's not through Zen Parenting, it's through Men Living.
But it's open to all genders.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, your newsletter last Friday was about man or bear. And I'm just going to read it. Should I read this?
And actually, just for the heck of it, call it a Substack, because it's not a newsletter anymore.
Sorry, the Substack.
Yes.
Is that slang?
Well, I mean, I think it's just different, because a newsletter, I think people imagine like a bunch of events that you're going to be invited to.
This is a paragraph that you wrote. You say, we know that if something does happen, we will, and when you're saying we, you're talking about women.
Women, yes.
We will be questioned about why we go where we go and why we do what we do. We will be reminded that we should have learned self-defense, dressed differently, and at the very least, been more careful or thoughtful. We are told not to travel alone, live alone, walk alone. It's not just about experiencing fear. We are explicitly told to be afraid. Then when we admit to being afraid, we're met with anger and accusations of disrespect, rudeness, and even misandry. It's a cycle of blame that's difficult to break.
Yeah.
What's interesting is I posted this up on the Men Living platform, and there was one man that chimed in and said, yeah, we just need to teach our daughters and our female counterparts self-defense. I can't even say that laughing. Self-defense and protecting themselves and all that. And the reason I'm laughing is because I've heard that we've been talking about this for 14 years.
I know.
And I just find it so fascinating that we're all about protecting the woman, and we're not trying to talk to the men.
Well, you and I just had a conversation last night. Our neighbor came over. Nick came over. Hi, Nick, if you're listening to this.
Right.
And we were having this conversation about, how to manage these things when men say things that are inappropriate or whatever it may be. And, you, at least I'll just speak about you, specifically said that a lot of times you haven't said things. Like if a man says something inappropriate, sexist, that you don't say anything. And then what's interesting is that women, like in this situation, guys are like, well, if you had a man, then a man would tackle the bear and would make sure the bear didn't get you and would protect you. I'm like, well, that's so interesting, because I'm in situations a lot with, someone like you who's so alert to all this and awake to this. And men don't even speak up to other men about things they say that kind of are in that, disrespectful rape culture kind of commentary, but you're going to like tackle a bear for me. Like it's such an interesting conversation. And I'm just going to stop right there, because we already did this last week, but but if you want to talk more about this, come to our class. It's free, and you can just listen. You don't have to like engage. You can just be a voyeur.
That's fine. So yeah, we could have another 60-minute discussion.
I know.
Right now, I have plenty of things I want to share, but we're going to go over to
Let's move on. Yeah, we wanted to do something lighter this week because last week was heavy. So, okay. So Todd, your question to me a couple weeks ago was, did our generation have this much slang?
Correct.
Okay. And it did. It absolutely did. And so I'm going to throw some slang at you.
Mhm.
And I want you to do two things. You are our producer. So
Okay.
you're gonna be like on double duty. You
I'm on.
ready?
Yeah.
Number one, I want you to let me know if you know what this word means and
Sure.
if you've ever used it. And I also, if we can think of movie clips or movies that this
Sure.
is used.
Yeah.
So I'm totally putting you on the spot.
That's fine.
You ready?
And this is our generation slang. So like 90s, 80s, 90s.
Well, you know, it's interesting.
70s?
There's some in here that I think are very 80 because you have to remember Gen X is a continuum, right?
Yeah.
It's a spectrum. So it's not everybody is 52 like
Sure.
us. You know what I mean? Like there's what are the years of Gen X?
I don't know. I
I
forget.
think it's like
You keep talking, I'll find it.
okay. So, but if you're doing that, then you can't answer my questions.
Gen X members were typically born between the mid 60s
Mid 60s
and 1980.
Okay, so we are like right in the middle. I was born in 1971. You were born in 1972. So we kind of have a little 70s, a little 80s, and then 90s was college
Yeah.
for us. Okay, so it's like we're in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna start. First one is chill pill.
Take a chill pill, Phil.
Chill.
It means relax.
It means relax, but you know, like I think of Say Anything. We watched that last night when he's like, you must
Chill. You must chill.
Chill. It's one of my favorite, like, I mean, that movie has so many quotes, but it's just one of my favorite scenes. Jeremy Piven is kind of freaking out about the fact that they've just graduated.
Give me my fireman key! You must chill! You must chill! I have hidden your keys! Chill!
I love you, man.
All right, I love you too. Go to sleep.
We're full on buzz.
All right.
We're full on buds.
I used to think he says, what for I'm buying. So like he's going to keep drinking.
It's not even close.
I know.
We're full on buds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's funny is they were in real life.
They really were. They went to school together, right? And
probably Evanston High School.
Piven's mom was a teacher, an acting teacher, or was it Cusack's mom?
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't remember. Chicago guys like
so
us.
I know what
chill pill. And we would say take a chill pill, or we'd say chill, right?
I would say take a chill pill, Phil.
Yes.
If you want to be cool like me.
Did you really say that though?
I did. Take a chill pill, Phil.
Okay. So this one I did not use, but I think is very from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Gnarly.
That's a total fast time.
Right?
Yeah.
Gnarly, it's dude. Surfer
that's
language.
Just Spicoli.
Yeah, it's just Spicoli. It came from surfing cultures in the 70s. It meant that a wave was challenging, scary.
Here is the human heart, which you can see is actually located in the center of your chest.
Oh, gnarly.
Here.
You are crushing.
I know, I'm good.
You already got two.
What can I tell you?
Okay. So headbanger is another one. It's interesting because headbanger to me, and I don't want to read what they write because it feels so like we don't really understand it, and we do. Yeah. It's like someone's trying to explain something, but basically it was like we had punk, we had rock, we had grunge, and it was like somebody who loves this music. Now, here's the thing. There's this thing in Gen X where when we used to say heavy metal, it meant something different.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I was always a little sketchy on understanding all of these heavy, because I was never a heavy. I feel like heavy metal was, when we were growing up, was like Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath.
Yeah. I mean, I also used it for like, it's funny because I bet if I looked it up right now, it would say exactly what you just said. It would say like really, heavy metal bands. Mm-hmm. But I sometimes feel like we used it even with hair bands. I think it became hair bands, but it was like really.
So Motley Crue.
Yeah. Like I think and again, I know things evolve, and maybe this was just DeKalb or whatever, but I think I used it in a different way.
Well, I kind of figured, and I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong as I look it up on Google. I thought a headbanger was somebody who liked heavy metal, but here it says it's a crazy or stupid person.
No, I mean, I think in our generation we used it because you have to remember that words evolve too.
Yeah, right.
Like when someone says that's a banger.
Here we go. I got something.
Okay.
Where did the term headbanger come from?
Okay.
The headbanging story begins in 1968 when Led Zeppelin was playing a set at the Boston Tea Party. on their first U.S. tour. The front rows of the audience were banging their heads on the stage in time to the music, and the term headbanger was born.
Yeah, I bet that's true. That makes
And
sense.
then the next thing it says head and neck injury risks in heavy metal.
Well, and like think Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah,
you know, like
right.
the whole like, you know, and what did their shirts say? Anthrax.
The cool one when they were the one kid had like warrants.
Right, which I liked.
Right.
But yeah, the
It
kid they
was
make fun of.
AC/DC and Metallica, right?
Oh, I thought one said Anthrax.
I'm about to find out.
Okay. And it's funny because Beavis and Butthead have come back into our like language because Ryan Gosling and Mikey Day dressed like them for a really good SNL skit. And then they showed up somewhere else dressed that way. I think it was like for some press for the Fall Guy or something.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they did. They did it again.
BEA F beef beefus Mr. Head. I'm all done.
Oh my God. It's a whole minute clip.
Do you remember seeing Mike Judge do their voices for the first
on
time?
Letterman or whatever?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When you watched this, and this was, I went through a big Beavis and Butthead phase. I think you did too.
Yeah.
I don't think we were together at the time, but we just like, and then to see someone do their voices, I don't know. We didn't have access to that the way that people do today.
Truth.
Now you can just look that up on YouTube or whatever and see it, but we didn't see it. So, okay. So Yuppie.
Yuppie.
Yuppie is
like,
definitely the 80s.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the 80s.
It came from Young Urban Professionals.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And so like basically I just remember I remember when we went to Drake, Yuppie was a big thing. We went to Drake and I was 1989, 1990, and you went the next year or whatever. Yeah. And I just remember like that was a vibe of that time. It wasn't just Drake, but I just felt like, do you remember there was a billboard for Drake that said dressed for success?
Yeah. And it was a sweater.
And it kind of had a yuppie vibe
thing.
to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like we were just in that time. It was like very Reagan era time. And I think of Pretty in Pink. Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Such a yuppie.
Yeah.
I don't know
if they talking about Blaine or were they talking about?
No, they were talking about her new boyfriend.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. What's her name in Pretty
Annie
in Pink?
Potts is her real.
Yeah, Annie Potts. But it's when she shows up and she's like done her hair different. Oh God, what's her name? People are yelling at me right now.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up as you're finding. Are you finding it or no?
Well,
it's such a random clip.
I can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna find that part. Instead, I'm just going to find awesome parts from Steph.
Steph, we love Steph.
4 years and you treat me like shit. You know, I don't understand that. What's the problem?
Can you get off of my car?
You know, I've been out with a.
Oh, this is when he's fighting Ducky.
Can I say something about Steph?
Go ahead.
I don't know if I've ever told you this. Right. I've seen Pretty in Pink 1,000 times, right? I think the first time I went to see it in the theater, I missed that beginning scene where Steph says to her, I've been asking you out for this many years. So it was a revelation to me at the end of the movie when Blaine is like, you like her, or I can't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, you couldn't get her. And that's why. And I never understood that. Like, I didn't know that he wanted to go out with her.
Sweetie, the bottom line is Steph is just the hero.
He wears linen pants.
Spell it out for you, Blaine?
I guess so.
Nobody appreciates your sense of humor, you know. As a matter of fact, everybody's just about to puke from you, you know.
Isn't he like rolling a cigarette?
Yeah, he's rolling. Yeah, he's probably weed. I don't know. Whatever he's doing.
I think it probably could have been weed
Who
too.
rolls cigarettes?
Well, he did. Yeah, he was like wealthy. He's sitting. He's drinking brandy.
Couldn't he just buy a
He's like
pack
17.
of Marlboro or something, or whatever kids smoked those days?
Remember, he's smoking in the hallway, spitting on the floor. Okay, so next, it's Iona.
Oh, Iona, very good.
Right. Yeah. I had to look it up, so it didn't come from my brain. Okay, so this one is one of the ones that this word is something we use all the time. And I actually, interestingly enough, used it on the show 2 weeks ago, which is dude.
Dude.
So we use it because I actually said to you, you said, did we have this much slang? And I go, dude, we had so much. It's become so normal, but it came from our generation, which obviously dude meant man. And, you know, I know what movie you're going to pull up because there is only one dude.
Well, I don't know. I may.
What about Lebowski?
Oh, the dude. Yeah, I was thinking of something else, but
What were you thinking of?
well, I don't know the movie that well. Maybe it's here. Any idea?
Dude, where's my car?
Dude,
Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car?
It's funny.
Terrible movie, but
Terrible
funny part in it.
And that was younger than us. Ashton Kutcher is younger than us.
Yeah.
Now, again, that word is still around. And then that's Stifler, right?
Yeah, it is
Stifler's
Stifler.
mom. Stifler. Okay, so another one. This one may not be that, and you're not going to find any clip of this, but going postal.
Hold on, sweetie, before you do that.
Okay.
Around blaming me, given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple,
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Oh my God.
The dude.
One of the best characters of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
The dude grows on you. The only part about the dude that is really, there's a lot of things, but most of them are funny. But the White Russian grosses me out.
Oh, really? I like White Russians.
You do not?
Sure I do.
When have you had a White Russian?
When I'm out with my college buddies, sometimes I order it.
Isn't it milk?
Yeah, it's like milk and like scotch or something.
Todd,
I don't know.
if we are ever out together, which we are 92% of our life, do not get a White Russian. That's so gross to me.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Sweetie, I might get one this weekend.
Oh, I know Todd and I are going away.
Yay.
We're going, or actually we've already gone.
Yes, we have.
Because this is early. Anyway. Okay. So do you remember going postal, where that came from? It's not a great.
No. I think it's because it has to do with postal workers having mental wellness issues.
Yeah. And then shooting.
Yeah.
And so this was a less normalized thing at the time. And people would say, if you were freaking out, they'd say going postal. So I don't think we should use that anymore at all.
No.
And so, okay. So then I'm going to skip to my next, bogus. Did you say bogus?
Probably. I don't remember saying it a lot, but yeah. And I have a hard time defining bogus. Like
that's bogus.
Yeah,
it's
like
crap.
That's wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's total bogus.
Yeah.
And I don't think I use it, but I feel like someone could say to me, no, you said it yesterday. Because it's kind of just in my brain, kind of like well, there's others, but okay.
There's a movie called Bogus with Whoopi Goldberg and Hallie Joel Osment, I think.
Those are two people I didn't know were in a movie together.
That's right.
So you don't need to pull up anything for that.
Okay.
I'm going to move on to Wayne's World, which we happened to talk about.
Wayne's World.
We happened to watch part of the other night. We've been watching a lot of 80s movies. I don't know why. Or actually, that's a 90s movie. But a lot of language, a lot of Gen X language came from that. For example, I still do this occasionally, and it's so outdated, which is someone will say, yeah, we should go there. Not.
Nuts. Yes.
I do that still a lot of times in text, and it's so outdated. But it's just funny for us. Yeah. maybe not funny, maybe just normal. That is also where Party On came from.
Party On, Wayne.
That is where Hurl came from. And honestly, that's what she said came from.
Oh, really?
I mean, we attribute it to The Office, but do you remember Wayne said that's what she said?
Yes.
Remember?
I do remember that. I'm trying to find some good parts. But there's plenty of good parts, believe me, but I just can't find anything.
Just play a clip. Just bring us into Wayne's.
Something mega, something copious, something capacious, something kajunga. But I'll probably end up working at Great America, mopping up Hurl and lung butter.
This is from Wayne's World 2.
Oh, very good, sweetie.
That's not Wayne's World 1.
Right.
I know Wayne's World 1 like the back of my hand. Okay, how about...
By the way, I don't really know the back of my hand that well.
You don't?
No.
I do. I look at the back of my hands.
If you gave me 10 hands, I don't think I'd be able to recognize mine.
Oh, come on. I could recognize the back of your hand.
Really?
Let me see. Hold up the back of your hand.
Normal.
Let me see.
It's a normal looking
What
hand.
about your wedding ring, though?
Right. Okay. So the ring would, but other than that, I'm lost.
Todd's wedding ring, when we got engaged, he wanted a wedding ring that was silver, but then it was like a pounded silver. So it had dents in it.
It was called hammered.
Hammered.
Yeah. Because they got hammered on our wedding night.
That's so funny because that's another Gen X word, hammered.
There
Getting
you go.
hammered, and which means to drink too much. So, okay, 16 candles language.
Okay.
Dork, geek,
Yeah.
don't have a cow.
Quite a bit there.
Do you remember saying to people, don't have a cow?
Yes.
Oh my God, don't have a cow. I totally remember saying that. But yeah, we used dork, and then obviously geek was from, and it's hard to know, like, were we using that language before we saw 16 Candles, or did that just like normalize it?
Great question. Did John Hughes make it up, or did he just pass it along?
There's no, well, I don't know. Oh, and also Molly Ringwald says major. Yeah, sounds major. And so I said that for a while.
Breakfast Club in this?
Breakfast Club. No, you know what? Breakfast Club language is really specific. Like I'm not saying that we didn't get any lingo from it. Like it sounds like Gen Xers, but you know, we didn't pull from it. Does that make sense?
What's happening? The hot stuff?
Yeah, that's very 16 Candles.
Yeah, let's see if there's any other good ones here. No, let's not do that one. There's a lot of stuff here that I can't do.
Because of swearing, or just because
just
it's
all of the
inappropriate?
above. Yeah, very
16 Candles didn't stand the test of time the way that the Breakfast Club did,
No.
because there was a lot of inappropriate, you know, there was racist things. There were a lot of sexist things.
Yes, there were. It's a tough one.
It didn't quite make it to the next level. I mean, for Gen X, we remember it, but I think out of my 3 daughters, only one has seen it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know if any of these are safe.
Okay, so let me just give you a few more. Decent. She used to say decent.
Yeah, I feel like decent is just a word.
No, but we'd be like decent. Like that's good.
Yeah, that's decent. It's a little less slangy than some of the others.
How about killer? That's killer. That's killer.
I feel like Rob Lowe said that it's a killer. God, what movie is that from?
St. Elmo's Fire?
Oh, Alec Newberry. That's
yeah.
What's his name? Judd Nelson says that in St. Elmo somewhere.
I'm just going through a list now. I don't know if you'll find it awesome, obviously, which it's funny because awesome is from our generation. It's become very normalized. I think everybody uses it, and they use it in 2 different ways, like to say something is amazing in like the universe, like it's so awesome.
Yep.
And some people just say it like, oh, I had a good day. It was awesome. You know, so we kind of use it in different ways. But somebody, a Gen Zer wrote on my TikTok page, because I posted that, he's like, we still use awesome. I'm like, well, I know, but it comes from us.
We made it up. We're the best.
How about cool beans?
See, that seems like a 60s thing or something.
No, I said cool beans.
Really? Yeah, I know we said it. I feel like, but maybe it came from the generation before us and we carried it along.
Maybe.
Or maybe I'm thinking of full of beans. You're full of beans.
Well, cool beans is someone would say, I'll meet you there at 4. And you'd be like, okay, cool beans.
Cool beans.
It'd be like, that sounds good.
All right. Yeah, I get it.
Okay. How about legit?
Too legit to quit.
Too legit. Too legit to quit. That's MC Hammer, right?
Yeah. And we know MC Hammer, don't we?
Oh, well, yeah, because we just brought him up.
No, like
we know him. Have we met him?
Some of this.
James Brown. Oh, this is
it a video?
It's a 14-minute video. Let's see what's going on.
Close. I think I'm back. I get you back, and I'll get you what it does. I'll go down. I'm taking like
but with the chorus.
Jews confused competitors who think that they're making up all the news. Fools in the game, lame and insane. It's a team I gotta do, but I remain the same. Unchained, getting better, never known as a sweater. Even if I just got myself together. So what a guy who's physical and fit, knows the time, and too legit to quit saying.
It sounds very early 90s.
Wait, there's a very Parks and Rec thing. No, what is it when he's like, it's too legit to oh no, that's Andy Samberg. No. It's from Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Okay.
Do you remember that movie?
Oh, yeah, I love that movie.
Never Stop, Never Stopping. Okay. Let's see, what else? Stoked. Did you ever say stoked? I'm so stoked.
Excited.
Yes.
Right.
Let's see. Tubular. Did you use tubular? That was very Valley Girl.
I have no idea what tubular means. It means good.
Tubular. Yes. So I don't know. I just know it was Valley Girl language. I don't know where, I don't know where it came from before that, or what. Why even tubular? Tubular.
That's a great question.
Now I'm having that thing where I can't feel the word anymore. I can't remember how I used it. There's a word for that when a word starts to like fade.
Yeah.
and
The-
you
the
can't,
meaning?
the meaning starts to fade and you're like, wait, is that a real word?
Mhm.
But it was. Saying, oh, my favorite. Are you still looking for tubular?
Yeah, it's just the term
You know what
tubular
you could
gained
play?
further exposure through its popular use in popular media, including movies, TV shows, and music of the 80s. Became associated with vibrant and sometimes exaggerated culture. Whatever. Doesn't
You know
say.
what? Your microphone is really far from your
Oh,
mouth.
thank you, babe.
Just play a part of Valley Girl, not the movie, the song, Moon Zappa.
Valley Girl, Moon, Zappa. Shall we? I don't remember.
No, just keep it going because she starts talking in a second.
Okay.
Oh my God. Like totally. And Cena was like, so bitchin'. There's like
So-
Galleria.
A lot of our language came from this song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like.
This is how girls talked in the Valley. Then we also got, the movie Valley Girl, which Todd does not understand.
No.
Nicolas Cage at his best.
Is he really better than his Academy Award winning movie Leaving Las Vegas?
No. Nicolas Cage in his first role. How about that? Right? Wasn't
Actually,
it
his first role was in Fast Times.
Oh, right. Well, his first big role.
There you go.
Randy. Anyway, so she actually says bitch.
Nicolas Cage, also known as Nicholas Coppola.
Correct. He changed it.
He changed it because he didn't want to get preferential treatment, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, he was and what we'd call a nepo baby. That's big now.
He's the anti of
But
it
he's
because
he
really-
tried.
Yeah, he tried not to be that.
So she says bitchin' and that, which is something we used to say. It's
Mhm.
so bitchin'. It's so cool. It's so good. And it's funny because a lot of this language was used in Stranger Things too, because it's obviously from the 80s.
yeah.
Because I remember there's a scene where 11 says that. Okay. One of my favorites,
Okay.
you're not going to find this
No way.
because I still say it, is I say duh a lot.
Duh.
Which Billie Eilish put into bad guy, which I love. There's a part where she just goes, duh.
Mhm.
But we also used to say no doy.
No doyers.
Do you
What
remember?
about
You
doyers?
say it all the time. That's true.
Yeah.
We say no doy
Yeah.
or just no duh. And that's I've never let go of that.
Yeah.
Sweetie, that one has sustained decades.
Yeah.
Duh.
That's just hanging on. And our
Duh.
kids probably use it, right?
I'm trying to think. I do.
Duh.
Are you looking up bad guy?
Let's see. Billie Eilish saying duh for 3 minutes. Does she say it for, let's see.
Duh.
Is there words in this song other than duh? Okay.
This you don't have to play the whole thing. This is just them taking out the duh.
Oh,
clips.
got it.
Yeah.
But there's 3 minutes of it.
I know. We got the gist.
Okay. 3 minutes of duh. I don't know.
So no doy, duh, and then no way. We always say no way.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people say that. So another thing I say a lot that I think we pulled from the 80s is for real.
For real?
And I often put an S
Yeah.
and I say for reals.
Why do you put in an S?
I don't know. I don't know if that came from, I don't know. But someone will say something, I'll say for reals.
Yeah.
Totes for reals. Now,
Which
totes,
means true, right? Like true?
yeah, totes is totally.
Yeah.
And
got
then for reals. So totally for reals. So that's kind of a mix because totes came about like a decade or so ago.
Yeah.
I remember being at, I actually have a story. I was at a bar. So it must have been in my 30s, my early 30s. I don't even think I had kids. Well, I don't know. I just remember I was with my friend Megan Lee and we were at a bar and we had gone somewhere nice that day or something and we were dressed up and a girl came over to us and she goes, "You guys are totes adorbs."
Yeah.
And it made us laugh so hard.
It's because we are.
You're totally adorable. You're totes adorbs. So, and now that's so normal. But at the first time I heard it, I thought it was hilarious.
I don't know what movie this is from, but
Okay.
this is you'll help me with the actor's name.
I will.
Hot coffee.
This is called Vocal Fry. So this is a YouTube clip on Vocal Fry.
But
Room for cream.
Totally leave room for cream.
Why are you talking like that?
Why are you talking like that?
because this is my voice.
This is my voice.
No, it's not. I heard you talking a minute ago. I know you don't talk like that.
Neither do you, because nobody actually talks like this.
It's Ron Livingston. That's who's saying that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so is it a movie?
Yeah, I think it's a movie. I don't know what it's from.
So Vocal Fry to me
It's
is
from Louder Milk, season 2, episode 1, whatever that is. I don't know what that is.
yeah, it's to me it's the Kardashians.
Yeah. We did a whole show on it like 10 years ago.
We did, and it's like the one of the top podcasts, like in the top 3 of all podcasts, is a podcast called Call Her Daddy or Call Me Daddy.
Call somebody daddy.
So it's Alex
P.
Cooper.
Keaton? Oh.
No,
Be cool if it was Alex
her.
P. Keaton.
It's Call Her Daddy. Anyway, she interviews huge people, like people that don't go on any other shows. She gets big gets, you know what I mean?
Like
but
the Hot Wings guy. The Hot Wings guy gets big gets.
Oh my God, the Hot Wings guy. What's his name? Sean?
I don't know. He's a good interviewer, though. I like that guy.
He is. You know what? I can tell he's very prepared.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, okay, we just had a wing. Do you blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't ask random questions. He asks really like thoughtful. I like him.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Sure.
I was in English class in high school, and I don't know what we're talking about famous quotes or something. And the teacher gave us a homework assignment, gave us 24 hours to come up with our own profound quotation.
Okay.
And mine was, failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
That's good. But that's not your own.
Yeah. I said I made it up, and because I think I thought I did, but I didn't. And my buddy Jim Herbeck was laughing at me as I was saying it out loud. And I go, she's like, are you sure you came up with that yourself? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I came up with it. She's like, well, it's picked up steam since you came up with it or something like that.
She's like, that's really made the rounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Since you started saying it.
Oh, it's good. So yeah, the Hot Wings guy is definitely prepared.
Yes, he's definitely prepared. Okay, so I'm going to go through a few more because I want to get to Gen Z, okay? Because we're still in Gen X.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
So we already said chill, Jiggy, and we all know who made that a big deal. And I know what you're going to play, but I'll say a few more while you're getting it. Lame.
Oh, it's
bogus. We already said bogus. So let's see.
Just bite it for the look.
I don't like it.
Way to hammer on the hand, stay on play. Give it up, you make it feel like foreplay. Yo, my cardio was infinite. Big Willie style, roll in it. Get jiggy with it.
Getting jiggy with it.
I once played that song on rotation for like a whole weekend.
Oh my God, you and your friends used to play that song all the time.
Yeah, to the point where we liked it, and then we annoyed people around us about it, and then we just kept playing it for 2 or 3 days.
The two things, there's a period of time where you used to sing that song all the time, and then something about the Navy.
In the Navy by the Village People?
Not in the Navy, you'd be like, it was like a thing you guys would say, the Navy. Oh my God, I can't believe you can't remember.
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh my God. It wasn't it was, oh God. Okay.
Our brains.
Yes. And this wasn't my thing. This was your thing. You used to do this saying about the Navy. Anyway, let's see, Grody, or we'd say Grody to the max.
Grody to the max. Sweetie.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Again, which is Valley Girl language. Grody to the max. And then bummer. We still say that, bummer. Barf, which is like gross, like barf.
What about spew?
If you're going to spew
into this.
Spew into this. Give me a sign if you're going to play something, because I don't want to talk over your clips.
Keep talking.
Okay.
I'm only going to play the one.
Let's see. Loser, hoser.
Take off, you hoser. That's from Strange Brew, Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Really?
Yeah.
And then like.
Yeah.
Like. Again, I think a lot of people use like. I think it's gone through generations, but we did it. We were really bad with it. We did a lot of likes.
I got to play a little bit of Take Off, You Hoser.
Okay.
Take off, you hoser. Got an opener? Yeah, I stole this. 2 at a time, hey. Yeah, 2 at a time. Cheers to our new jobs. Yeah, beauty.
I love this movie. Have you ever seen it?
Okay. Strange Brew was a cult classic, right?
I love Strange Brew.
What is the premise? I know it's Rick Moranis, right?
Well, it's based on Macbeth. It's based on a Shakespearean play.
Okay.
or Hamlet, one of the two, either Hamlet or Macbeth. And they just do their funny Canadian shtick through the lens of some Shakespearean tragedy.
Yeah, I don't think I got it.
I loved that movie. I watched that movie 100 times.
Yeah, that I missed that boat. That was a boat I didn't get on.
You missed out.
So my bad. That's our generation.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. And then oh my God.
Yeah.
Which is
That sounds like a
Janice.
lot of Valley Girl stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like it really trickled in because of Frank Zappa's daughter's song.
Mhm.
And then I'm saving this one for last.
Hold on, sweetie.
Janice? Janice?
Oh my God.
Hey, it's Janice.
God. Oh my God.
That was her tagline.
Janice. Hey, Janice.
Hey, Janice. Okay, what else you got?
The one that I still do all the time,
Mhm.
and people point it out to me because I do it so often, is right.
Right?
I do that all the time.
That I wish I would have gotten more prepared because there's a certain scene in a movie that we've all seen, and I think it's right here.
Oh.
We just want to say that we're not spirit bunnies anymore. We always hated that name. It bugged the heck out of Dina and me. It's just such a put down. Really. We know you've got a lot of spirit, everybody, right? And we're
Spicoli's laying down on the bench.
And somebody threw a paper airplane at him. Oh my God.
Spirit bunnies. They don't get the respect they deserve.
No.
Now, that is that you've got the right word.
Yeah.
But I say right when someone will be like, "Can you believe that happened?" And I'll go, "Right?"
So you respond with
I
it.
respond with
Got
it. And so it's an exclamation point and a question mark.
Mhm.
It's right, exclamation point, question mark. So any other Gen X words, sweetie, that you would like to discuss?
I think you knocked most of them out.
Well, and it's funny because I skipped over a ton because I told Todd
Let me
before.
see what you skipped over. Give me your piece of paper.
Sure. I'll just
Wow,
give you my
geez, you
top
got
sheet.
lots of.
I know. I'm usually not so prepared.
Yeah. We're
There you
usually
go.
just winging it. Let's see what you got here. Yeah, we did that. We did that.
And then here's another one, Todd.
Yeah. Diss. We didn't talk about diss.
I know.
Don't
He
be
totally
dissing me,
dissed me.
sweetie.
Okay. Look at the square that says Gen X.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of them.
Psych.
Psych.
Let's see. Literally shouldn't be on here.
Well, literally, our generation we're the ones who messed up that word.
We did?
And then, yes, we used it to, Chris Traeger.
Yeah.
Literally. And then millennials use it. I think that Gen Z uses it too. Probably everybody uses it, but we're the ones who messed it up.
Literally. This is the most moving thing I've ever heard. Literally.
Pawnee is literally the greatest town in the country. Literally.
There's literally nothing in this world that you cannot do.
Literally.
A lot of literally.
I know. It's a lot of Chris Traeger.
What else we got in here? Doofus. Dweeb. Barf. Bummer. Bummer man.
And that's Simpsons.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these are R-rated words.
Yeah. And some of them I just didn't use.
Yeah. Bodacious. Does that mean pretty?
I think like
voluptuous.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't use it.
Let's just oh, you didn't. I don't think I did either. I just remember it being in one movie, Officer and a Gentleman, and he's talking about a woman's body.
Yeah, I know exactly. It became kind of
bodacious. Yeah.
Okay, so
on to Gen Z.
We
got to be out in about 20 minutes.
Okay,
next.
so that's the thing is we're going to just go through some of these. So everybody, if you're listening now, maybe you could actually listen to this whole show with your kids so they know what our words were and where they came from. Maybe it's a fun show to listen to with your kids, your teens, or younger. But these are the words that some of them, again, this is not an extensive list, or what's the word? exhaustive list. This is just some of the words. And the reason that I chose these is because these are the words that my girls use or their friends use or my college students use. So this is what I hear.
And didn't we do some of these last?
We already did some of them. I'm not going to repeat those.
Oh, no repeats.
Nope.
This is an expanded list.
So it's an expanded list. So we all know what AF means, right?
Yes, that's the A and the bad F word, right?
Yeah, or just the F word, you know. I think the F word has become a lot more easy to use.
Do you?
Yes, I didn't used to use that word as much. Well, is that true? I think I've always used that word. Maybe not as loosely depending on who I'm with.
Of course.
But I feel like that word has become, and I think more people use it. Anyway, okay, I'll skip over. Okay, so the next one, amped.
That means excited.
Exactly. Good for you.
Thanks.
I'm so amped. And then I love this, basic.
That means
you're basic.
Yeah, you're simple.
Yeah, I think there's something from The Good Place where they're like, you're basic.
Or you could be my dad called my friend Brian primitive.
Oh, I remember.
And my friend Brian still mentions that.
Yeah, your dad has things.
He's like, you know what, Brian? You know what I like about you? You're very primitive. And as my dad has this like T-shirt with this lion on it.
Like, who's primitive?
Yeah, who's primitive here?
But basic is just basically you're unoriginal. It's not a compliment.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. So we already did.
Sweetie, you're not basic.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah.
You're not either. Okay. One of my favorites that I use all the time, cringe. So cringe.
Awkward.
It's so like totally cringeworthy. And then awk is the same thing. Okay. So I'm going to test you on this one. Do you know what it means to be faded?
It means I used to be cool, but now I'm not.
No, it means that you're high.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And if you're cross-faded.
I'm so faded.
He says I'm so wasted.
I know, but I'm inserting.
Oh, you're changing the language from Fast Times
because he is high when he's wasted.
He is, but he says I'm so wasted.
Yeah.
And he smacks the shoe against his head.
He should. So they would have said I'm so faded.
Yeah, and if you're cross-faded,
it means you're drunk and high.
You got it.
Boom.
Good. So why don't you start saying that?
I am.
But you're never.
What is it? I'm cross-faded means I'm drunk and high. Okay, got it.
Dank.
I don't know what dank means.
Excellent. That party last night was dank.
Oh my God, it was so dank. You have no idea. This podcast is dank.
I love this one. This one I'm going to start using just because it's fun. Delulu.
Means delusional.
Yes.
Yeah.
His Delulu theories are entertaining.
Yeah. Got it.
Delulu.
Yeah.
That's just funny.
Todd and Kathy, they're Delulu.
They are. That show was so Delulu.
Oh my God.
Okay. So this one JC uses all the time, and she started using it her freshman year in college. And I was like, what are you talking about? Dip.
Dip.
We got to dip out.
You got to leave.
Yes. She'd be like, oh yeah, I dipped early. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I understand.
Call that Doug-deaning.
Yes.
Because my friend Doug used to, do they call it an Irish exit or something like that? I feel like there's a lot of slang for people who leave parties without saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Is dipping leaving a party without saying goodbye?
Just leaving suddenly.
And I think our version of that would be book. I got a book.
Oh my God, I got a book. Oh, but isn't book run? I booked there?
Yes.
Or leaving. Or you leave while running. It's a running leave.
I don't know. I know in summer school, Pam, the character, says book. I got a book.
I got a book. Yeah, I think
she's got to leave.
Because I did use that word in my 80s time, it meant that I'm going to totally book. I'm going to make it there.
Just real quick, am I the only person in the world that likes a movie Summer School?
Yes.
It's funny. You laughed last night when I turned it on.
The thing is now I've seen Summer School so many times that of course I'm going to smile.
But you've seen Summer School like once at the most.
Baloney. You have made me watch it
a
number of times. And I saw it before you saw it, didn't I?
Probably.
Yeah.
It came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
It probably came out before we
Because
knew
it's our only argument that we've ever had. No, that was Austin Powers.
Wait, we got a lot of arguments.
Well, I mean, pop culture arguments where we fought about who was in it. Okay. So this is another one that our daughters use. Dope.
That means it's cool.
Yeah. That bike is dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So
this podcast is dope.
It is pretty dope.
Yeah.
When I think dope, I think Zen Parenting.
ZPR.
Yeah.
That's right.
Docs.
Docs. That's different than ox. Because ox means you're in charge of the music.
Yeah, dox has actually been used. What? Ox means you're in charge.
Yeah,
Oh,
who's
you're
on
right.
ox?
AUX.
Yeah.
Not OX, AUX. But dox means that you publish people's information online. So dox is
Like a whistleblower?
Yeah, it's like people use it in the media. So
Oh.
it's not just a Gen Z
Can you
term.
give me a real example of doxing?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Like somebody, for example, Christine Blasey Ford, as soon as she was going to testify, she was doxxed and people shared where she lived.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Got
it.
Yeah.
I was actually just listening to an interview. Brittany Griner, had the basketball player, WNBA player who was detained in Russia. I was listening to an interview with her, and she was saying how, as soon as she came home, or maybe even before she came home, she was doxxed and everybody knew where she lived, and she got a ton of hate mail.
Yikes.
So she can't go home anymore. She had to get a new home. Okay. To drag someone.
It means bring them along reluctantly.
No, it's to mock someone. They got totally dragged. You know what I'm finding out from you right now? And I've known this, but now I realize it.
How awesome I am?
No, you are not on social media.
No, I'm very proud to say I'm not.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm on it a lot.
Yeah.
So this language is very normal to me.
Yeah, I have no idea what half of these words mean.
Yeah, like, when someone's dragged, it just means they are like being like put through the ringer.
Yeah.
Like they are, being humiliated.
Yeah.
Okay, this one you should know because Skylar just told us this the other night. Drip.
Don't be a drip.
No.
That means don't be uncool.
No, that's our generation.
Yeah.
A drip is it's a stylish appearance.
Use it in a sentence.
Yeah, like you got so this I don't like the sentence that's here. You got drip with those new shoes. That's not how Sky would use it.
You do have drip with those new shoes, sweetie.
I feel like on this one I have to pass because that is not how our daughter would say it. And I can't come up with I think she actually says your drip, like your outfit.
Yeah.
Even though that's also there's another word for that. But anyway, people who are laughing at us right now, sorry, we're learning.
Yeah.
Okay. This is one of my favorites that's made it down to all the generations or made it up to or whatever. Extra. Someone who's extra.
Oh, yeah. That means that you're really good at something or you're really cool. You're extra.
But extra,
oh, no, extra is sometimes bad too.
Extra can mean a little
trying too hard.
Yeah. Like you need to chill.
Yeah.
Like someone who's like extra.
Yeah.
Or like, someone might say, I didn't invite that person. They're too extra. Like there's too much going on. Okay. Facts. We know facts. We talked about that.
That's the truth.
And then finna.
Finna, that's Billie Eilish's brother.
No, that's Phineas.
Oh.
Finna is like, I'm finna go to the mall.
Yeah, I would just say I'm going to the mall. That's what I would say.
We know what Finsta is, right? Parents, we all know what a Finsta is.
It's a fake account.
It's a fake Instagram.
Got it.
And then they also call it a spam account. Cameron always calls it her spam account.
Yeah.
So, anyway, she will show me her spam account, but she doesn't want me to be on her spam account. Does that make sense? Like she doesn't want me to be able to see everything, but she'll show me like, oh, look at and that she's usually doing this from college. She just got home from college today. So she's here for the summer. Yay. But she'll usually be like, share her screen and she'll be like, here's what I put up for my spam account.
So there's Finsta. Can you say that for TikTok too? Like FikTok?
I don't know.
Like Freds?
I don't know, hun. But
Freels?
I'm sure. Put it this way.
BooTube?
There's plenty of accounts that you can either create a different account so your family don't know or the people from your work don't know. And you can also like do things to say only certain people can see these stories.
Oh, interesting.
There's a lot of privacy.
Trickery.
Well, and I wouldn't call it trickery because adults use it too.
Oh.
Like say you want to post something from your social life, but you don't want your work friends to see it.
Got it.
You know what I mean? It's not just about manipulation. It's about choosing who sees what.
Yeah, that makes
sense. So I love this word. This is it's been around for a while, but people use it more now. Fire.
Fire. That means when something is in flames.
No, it means something that's like awesome. Like that outfit is fire. It was totally fire.
Yeah, and Dan Patrick used to say on SportsCenter, "En fuego."
In fuego,
which means, Mookie Betts is hit in 20 consecutive games. He is en fuego.
He is in fuego. So yeah, fire. Back to Beavis and Butthead.
It all comes back to Beavis and Butthead.
So flex.
Hold on before we do
Nice. You want to see something really cool?
Oh, I think he's about to
Fire.
fart in the fire. That's what he was doing. Fire. Okay, what's the next thing?
Flex.
Flex means that you're
people
trying really hard.
Yeah, someone be like, that's a weird flex, dude. Meaning like you're trying to flaunt or brag about something. And sometimes, depending on how you use it, sometimes it's like making fun of you for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a weird flex. Let's see. Oh, I asked you about this the other day because I was telling you about someone I knew whose kid is a furry. Do you know what a furry is?
Is that like a fur baby?
It's a person who is a fan of anthropomorphic animals. So animals with human characteristics, or someone who dresses up to resemble an animal.
What's the word?
Someone who's a furry. It's like somebody who wears a fur suit, somebody who likes to. So, okay, I'm gonna claim some ignorance here because I've heard it used two different ways. There are people who wear fur suits, like they'll wear a full, like the suit that our girls had when they used to dress up like Lilo and Stitch.
What does anthropomorphic mean?
Animals with human characteristics.
Like an orangutan? Is that what that means?
I don't know. I kind of have to claim ignorance, but the person I was talking to, they were saying that their child identifies as a furry.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think I've heard that too.
Yeah.
So I asked ChatGPT and it says, here are some of the examples of furries. Fursona, which is a portmanteau of furry and persona. A persona is the furry character that someone identifies with or imagines themselves as within the fandom.
Yeah, I think it kind of is like a iteration of like gender where it's like somebody they identify with being an animal too.
There's also a scaly, a term used to describe furries who identify with or prefer reptilian or dragon-like characters.
Huh.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Would you be a furry or a scaly?
Well, there's also a murr, a term used within the furry community to express contentment, similar to a purring sound made by cats.
Yeah, I think it's a whole world we don't know about.
You think, sweetie?
Yeah.
I know it's a world I don't know about.
Okay, so I want to go through the G's because all the G's are good. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so you don't have to look for anything, just listen to them.
Just listen.
You know what it means to be ghosted, right?
That means you want to connect with somebody and they don't reply to your text.
Someone cut you off. So you knew them and then they ghosted you.
Yeah.
You went on a date and then they ghosted you. This is my fave. Giving me life. It's giving me life
It
right
means
now.
It's I now have more energy around this thing.
Something is exciting.
Yeah.
It's totally giving me life. A glow up.
Glow up. That is when you have a sticker and it's in the dark and it glows.
No, it's like it's used usually online. It's always like somebody who looks better now. Like they went from being looking a certain way and then all of a sudden now their hair is different or they got a tan or whatever and they got a total glow up.
Like that girl from the Brady Bunch. Remember Greg?
Yeah, she had a total glow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was her name?
I don't remember, but glow ups from
Noreen would know, sweetie.
Glow ups from the 80s were very about a girl taking her glasses off.
Yes, and then like either putting her up,
taking
or
her hair down,
or something. Yeah.
And it was where I think now glow up means you like did some pretty significant different things.
Got it.
You know, I mean, it's just generational. Taking off the glasses doesn't work anymore. Okay, go.
Oh, it worked for Superman. I'll tell you that.
Oh my gosh, how did no one know who he was?
Well, because he had glasses as Clark.
I have a hot take, by the way,
Let's hear it.
which is Gen Z language. I'm going to use. I have a hot take that we were watching Batman the other night.
Yeah.
Just part of it. Todd and I don't watch full movies. We just watch parts.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale's voice is super annoying.
As Batman?
Yes.
Well, isn't Batman's voice supposed to be annoying?
Yes, it is because he's got to hide his voice. But I was kind of like, oh, cringe.
Well, I fell in love with all those Batman videos lately. You know those ones, right?
I know. Todd has this. I think it might be Pete Holmes.
I think so too. He's really funny.
He's Batman, and he like interviews other people who are superheroes, and Todd thinks it's really funny.
I know I'm just gonna try it.
Vengeance. All right, vengeance. You're fucking fired.
Right away you get swears.
No, you're not. I'm gonna have to cite the case of ain't broke, V don't fix. Seriously, I don't even know why you're here. What's the difference? I'm the Batman. You're Batman. Okay. I don't mean to be Sean Parker here, but you can drop the. Nobody wants to go to the Facebook, and nobody's afraid of the Batman.
I don't want to trigger you, but you're the dinosaur. Look at that suit. So 2005.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, there's so much great pop culture in there.
Oh my!
I don't mean to be
I don't
Sean
know
Parker.
who's Sean Parker?
Sean Parker is
Oh, the
who created
Facebook.
Napster.
Oh, that's right.
And then in the movie Social Network, he's like, drop the.
Oh my God, that's so true.
That's like such a great.
Remind me to take out that F-bomb.
I will. I will. Okay, so just a few more G's. Granola, which somebody who's a granola is like an environmentally aware people. In my generation, we called them crunchy.
Yeah.
We said that person's crunchy.
Right.
And I've used that with the girls and they're like, what are you talking about? I'm
Yeah.
like, are they kind of crunchy?
Yeah.
They're like, what? It's granola. And then Gucci, which is the first time I heard that was from the movie 8th Grade. Do you remember when she would start her videos
Yeah,
and she'd
yeah.
be like, Gucci?
And what does that mean? Hello?
It's like excellent, or, like, or let me say it this way. If someone's like, hey, I'll pick you up in a little bit, and they'll be like, okay, Gucci.
Yeah.
So I don't know why she was using it, but anyway.
I love 8th Grade.
It's a great movie. Okay, so we probably don't have a lot of time, so
No,
I'm just
we
going to take my favorites. Okay. So hits or hits different?
Hits means something you're doing well.
Well, hits is like, Skylar uses it all the time with food. She'll be like, oh my God, that Chipotle totally hits.
Oh, it means it's good.
It was hitting. Yeah. So it's really good. And hits different is like, it's kind of special or unique. Like you're experiencing it in a new way. And there is a Taylor Swift song called Hits Different.
Oh.
Hot Take, which I already shared.
We know all about that.
We've already incorporated that. Okay. So Todd, this is the big test.
Big one.
I need you to tell me what this acronym stands for. ICYMI.
No idea.
In case you missed it.
Yeah, no idea.
IRL, we already did
In
that.
real life.
IYKYK.
I have no idea.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you do know.
I put that on a lot of our posts because I do a lot of pop culture stuff. And so if I'm writing something that's from a movie, I'll just say,
yeah.
If you know, you know. Keep it 100.
Means keep trying hard.
Genuine, authentic, keep it 100. We know what left unread means.
That means somebody didn't read your text.
Good, your snap,
Yeah.
usually. Yeah. Or I guess it could be your text, but snap, you can tell.
Yeah.
We know lit, mid. This one is, I've never heard someone use this, but I wrote it down because Menti B.
No idea.
It's abbreviation for mental breakdown. There's too much going on right now. I feel on the edge of a Menti B.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say it's funny because it's so cute, but it's not always.
Could be at the expense of somebody struggling.
Correct, which is why I don't want to be too
Right.
cute about it. Okay, so this one you and I did not know, and we kind of learned the hard way. Netflix and chill.
No idea. I know Netflix is the platform we watch a lot of TV on.
It is, but Netflix and chill means sex.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, if someone's coming over to Netflix and chill or hooking up at the very least.
So instead of somebody saying we're gonna hook
why don't you
up,
come over and we'll
we're
Netflix
gonna
and chill?
Netflix and chill. So what is somebody gonna say if they honestly want to invite their friend over and want to just watch TV? What do they say?
Well, I would just say, do you want to watch a movie? But if you say Netflix and chill,
What if the movie they're gonna watch is on Netflix?
well, I don't know if people are using it when they're asking someone on a date. I think other people are saying, well, she went over there and they Netflix and, to Netflix and chill. Like, I think
I totally believe you, and I don't. It's interesting. Okay.
Dude, I had to learn that the hard way. And then I started asking people. I just asked my sister at dinner the other night. I'm like, did you know this? And she's like, yeah, I knew that.
I'm so proud of my ignorance right now.
What about NGL?
No go light.
I'll do it like someone would say it. NGL.
No good light.
Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
Okay.
We got 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. Then I'm just gonna do shade.
Throwing shade. That means don't give me a hard time.
Yeah, it's a disgust for someone.
Yeah.
Ship. This took me a while to figure out how to use this. Ship.
It means shape up or ship out.
No, it means like two people that you want to get together. Like I totally ship these two.
Matchmaker.
So like I ship Travis and Taylor, or I ship Kayla and Patch.
I ship Kathy and Todd.
I ship Kathy and Todd, even though we're already together.
Does that mean like courtship?
Sweetie, you didn't
maybe?
hear me say Kayla and Patch.
Oh, Kayla and Patch. Bo and Hope.
I ship Bo and Hope.
Oh my God.
Trying to bring in some Gen X
Love
language. So my last one will be
John Black and Marlena.
and John Black. Wait, who was Marlena with? And John Black was pretending to be Roman.
Roman Brady.
He showed up as Roman, and even though Roman looks completely different.
They didn't want to write off Roman, but the actor was done, so they came up with the one guy, whatever his name is,
John Black. No, so John Black.
The actor's name that was John Black became Roman, and he had facial surgery or whatever. But the guy's name is Drake Hogestyn, I think.
Right, Drake Hogestyn. And he's still on there.
He was a minor league baseball player for the Yankees.
You used to be able to do a good John Black.
Oh my God.
You used to imitate him.
Me and my friend Marty used to make fun of him. I think it was more facial than audio, though.
This is all Days of Our Lives, by the way.
He'd be just like, Doc. I just don't know what's going on.
So
he was always confused.
He was so
Kind
exasperated.
of like Bella's dad from the vampire movies.
Well, but Charlie is not exasperated in Twilight. He's just clueless.
Doesn't know what's going on.
He's like, all right.
We got to go. I got a meeting that starts in 2 minutes.
Okay. All right. So that's the last one. That's the T, everybody. That's a Gen Z language. Everybody, thank you for listening to our fun slang show.
Join Team Zen. If you're doing any painting or remodeling, look up Jeremy Kraft, 630-956-1800. And get on our
May
20th thing.
So go the link will be below.
Yeah. And keep shrugging, everybody.